Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of OEW Review. I'm Art Johnson and alongside me as always is the Rowdy Cowboy, Jeff Coyote. Tonight we will be going over the events of OEW Thursday Night Adrenaline, which we are just fresh off the heels of. What did you think of tonight's show, Jeff?
I'll tell you what, tonight's show was a classic Thursday Night Adrenaline because the adrenaline was flowing in the ring, buddy. There was some good fights. There was a hardcore championship match. The very first match, the world champion fought against the Stinger. It was just good.
Oh yeah, that match was odd. I mean, we'll get down to that right now. The first match saw the self-proclaimed Golden God, Vince Aftermath, taking on the Stinger, David Hawk Actor. Now, this match was very, very short. It opened up pretty fast with the Stinger delivering a vicious punch to the face of the Golden God. And then, after there, Vince Aftermath took over and made quick work of what we believed to be the actual Stinger, but it turns out that it was an imposter. Now, one has to wonder, was Evan Briggs involved in this at all? I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Jeff?
Well, I'll be a skunk's armpit. That was an imposter. And you know what? You betcha that had to be boss Evan Briggs. Can you put anything past that guy? I'll tell you what, I won't want to say anything in disrespect, but there's a trust factor that is just not there with him. And so he'll do whatever he can. Having a fake Stinger fight against the world champion Golden Boy leads me to wonder, is he indeed a paper champion?
I have to wonder the same thing. I mean, not only did Vince Aftermath and possibly Evan Briggs pull the wool over our eyes, but they pulled over the wool over everyone in the crowd's eyes. I mean, the fans were pumped as soon as they heard his music hit, and then they were quickly disappointed with how short that match was.
I'll say fans probably want to get their monies back. That's almost like a rip-off. And you feel sorry. It was easy to feel sorry for the Stinger, thinking that's who it was, knowing how he's recovering and coming to the ring and fight anyway. To find out that wasn't the Stinger all along, I'll tell you what, that just makes this old cowboy mad.
Same here, and I wouldn't blame the fans if they asked for any kind of refund. And then we move on to our second match, which was a Vixens match between Kesha Stipe and Hillary Lanifer. And this match was pretty physical, and as you and Brett explained to me earlier before the show, there was actually some sort of tension between the two. You've been on commentary more than I have, and you've seen, the development between the two. So, what exactly are your thoughts on the rivalry between the two, and your thoughts on the match?
Well, I tell you what, there's an intense rivalry between those two. Kesha got involved in Hillary's match in an earlier show and cost her. And then in this match, it looked like it was all Kesha. Kesha, the big, powerful, domineering one, going after Hillary and using her power. But she made a big mistake. She turned her back on Hillary, and Hillary is a wise and devious wrestler. Took advantage, capitalized, and schoolboy pinned Kesha.
And not only that, but she got the 1, 2, 3, and with the way the match folded out, one can compare Hillary's, strategy to Muhammad Ali's rope-a-dope.
Yeah, that's right. But then after that, Kesha turned around and attacked Hillary as she's getting her arm raised, beat the dog do out of her and threw her out of the ring and proceeded to try to kill her. And do you know that referee didn't stop it?
Yeah, and we'll get to the referee even more throughout this show. Shortly after this match, Damien Hex came out and was talking about how he and Evan Briggs were running the OEW, and then a strange message appeared on the big screen. And I don't know about you, but I was at a loss of words because I have no clue what happened, but the only thing that was clear was Damien knew exactly who it was and claimed to have killed the person 15 years ago.
Well, I tell you what, if that's the case, if he killed somebody 15 years ago, the police probably are taking a good look at what he says. That's irrelevant. Maybe that's just all in his crazed mind. And maybe whoever this is somebody he did mess with 15 years ago. Another thing, too, he also said maybe somebody is playing with his mind and he's not happy about it. Even if Evan Briggs could not calm that man down.
And when Evan Briggs came out and he had no idea what was going on, that just added more to the mystery. I mean, if Evan Briggs doesn't know what's happening, who knows what's going to happen when or if this person even exists outside of Damien's mind, makes presence felt. After that, go ahead.
The fact Evan Briggs doesn't know, that also makes it interesting. Thought that man knew everything goes on in OEW. I can't wait myself. I can't wait to see how this plays out. I can't wait to see whoever it is face against the Antichrist, Damien Hex.
And who knows, maybe Damien has his work cut out for him with this one. And then moving on, we go to a triple threat match, which was one of my favorite matches of the night. It saw the Lion Jedrick Leatis take on Harry Bedlam, I think.
That's right, Harry Bedlam. You got it. Harry Bedlam and the Black Tornado.
And that was a fantastic match. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth, and I guess fourth since there were three of them. There was a lot of action going on, and I know there was one spot in particular that you liked. It saw a suplex from the Lion onto the Black Tornado, and here's where I'll kick it off to you for that one to describe it to the fans.
Black Tornado is a rookie, yet when the Lion had the Black Tornado up, that there rookie, like a pro, drop-kicked Lion right in the legs, knocking him off, knocking him down, and both the Lion and the Tornado were hurting from that move.
Definitely. I mean, Harry Bedlam, he didn't come out the victor. The Lion ended up winning, but Harry Bedlam did make a statement tonight that he is here and he is ready to play with the big boys, and he showed that with moves like that. Both you and I agreed that he has a bright future here in OEW.
That's right.
Also, one of the announcements that was made later on in the night was OEW's first ever Hall of Fame is being held. The date is not secured as of yet, but the first inductee was announced, and it was who we thought to be in the first match, but wasn't. It was the Stinger, David Hawk Actor.
Well, that's good, and that's as it should be. The Stinger, he's been in here since I've been, and I have seen him fight time and time again, and he is one great in-ring competitor.
Not only that, but I mean, he's been with this company since the beginning and has held pretty much every championship, even the defunct ones. He's been all over the place. He truly is a legend of the OEW. And in the main event, it saw Bryce Leckenstar taking on Patrick Poison. Originally, Bryce was set to face David Van Dam, but he wasn't able to make it, and he laid down an open challenge. And in this match, these guys used everything in their tool shed to try and take each other out. And in the end, Bryce Lexenstar pulled out the W. I mean, what did you think about the match, Jeff?
Well, them fellas used everything, baseball bats, tables, all that. But then after the match was over, the Black Tornado showed up, and he proceeded to do a beatdown on Bryce Lexenstar after that. The Black Tornado and Patrick Poison, I think they're buddies, because the Black Tornado came right on in, helped Patrick Poison up, and then turned around. And that referee again didn't seem to want to help.
Yeah, that referee was a bother the entire night. But in the end, Bryce Lexenstar not only pulled out the win, he defended his hardcore championship successfully and went from 8-0 to 9-0.
And I'll tell you what, I think Bryce Lexenstar, the way he fought, he's going to keep that title for some time. That's all the time we have for the OEW review. This is the Rowdy Cowboy, Jeff Coyote, and my buddy Art over there. We just want to say, come on back anytime to the OEW, any of our shows. Don't forget we have a main free preview on March 27th, OEW Immortality. And that's all, folks.